Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about the differences between BOD and COD and somewhat relationship between BOD and the COD. Now let's start with the video. So chemical oxygen demand basically measures the ability of the hot chromic solution to oxidize the organic content. Oxidize the organic content, and this analyzes both biodegradable and non-biodegradable organic matter, which is expressed in terms of oxygen. And the results of chemical oxygen demand test are usually higher than corresponding to BOD test for several of reasons. Sometimes certain inorganic substances such as sulfates, nitrites, ferrocyanins are oxidized by dichromate, creating an inorganic COD, which may be sometimes misleading when estimating the organic content of the wastewater. Now, for example, in the case of BOD, the BOD value for I think glucose or glutamic acid standard should be around 60 to 70%, and the BOD to COD ratio is nothing more than the BOD concentration divided by COD concentration for the sample. Okay, that is BOD upon COD. Okay, just a ratio, BOD to COD ratio. If the BOD is 60, for example, and COD is 100 mg per liter, the ratio would be 60 upon 100. That is, the final ratio will be, calculation will be 0.60. Now, what are the considerations? Okay, what are the considerations? There are three fairly reliable rules of thumb when we correlate BOD and COD. Okay, for example, the ratios of COD to BOD, if it is around 0.25 to 4, it is usually found in potable water or exceptionally clean surface or groundwater. Next, the ratio of COD to BOD is around 2 to 4 and are usually seen in routine domestic or municipal sewage wastes. Now, if the ratio of COD to BOD are usually indicative of industrial type waste, and of course each specific treatment system may be checked for its own particular ratios. Now in this case we have discussed about BOD COD ratio. Now in this case between COD to BOD ratio. Okay. Now in some industrial effluents the BODs can be higher than CODs. For example, some effluents which are high in sugars, as can be found in the case of bakery industry and as well as in soda bottling plants. And some industrial effluents will have higher demand because of the higher quantities of chemical than the demand oxygen. And the most applications of the COD determine the amount of organic pollutants found in the surface of the water. For example, let's say in the case of lakes, rivers, etc. So making COD a useful measure of the quality, and it is expressed in milligrams per liter. No, but differences શું છે COD and BOD વચ્ચે? COD એક તો faster process છે, 2 hours ની અંદર થઈ જાય છે, stable method છે. Okay, whereas BOD જે છે it takes 5 days, almost 5 days. Okay, BOD takes almost 5 days. Why COD is more stable than BOD? Because the chemicals standardize in the case of CODs. Okay, whereas in the case of BOD, microorganisms are used for oxidation, and in the COD, chemicals are used for oxidation. Okay, and the main problem arises in the same because microorganisms are susceptible to the pH, temperature, and the other variables in the water as well. તો બીજા ટેમ્પરેચર ચેન્જ થાય, pH ચેન્જ થાય, બીજા ઘણા બધા વેરિયેબલ્સ જે છે ન્યુટ્રિયન્ટ્સ કેટલા એમાઉન્ટમાં છે, સ્પેસિફિક ન્યુટ્રિયન્ટ્સ જે છે એના ઉપર પણ ડિપેન્ડ કરશે માઇક્રો ઓર્ગેનિઝમ્સનો ગ્રોથ. એટલા માટે જ બીઓડી વેલ્યુઝ ઘણી વખત બહુ વેરિયેબલ હોય. ઓકે, અને કન્ડિશન્સ જે છે એના ઉપર વેરી પણ કરશે. સો પોટેશિયમ ડાઇક્રોમેટ વિલ ઓક્સિડાઇઝ રિગાર્ડલેસ ઓફ વોટર કન્ડિશન્સ. આ જ એક સૌથી મોટો પ્લસ પોઈન્ટ છે, એટલા માટે સ્ટેબલ છે. ઓકે, regardless of the properties of the water. Now, COD measurements will always be higher than the BOD measurements. Okay, always be higher. Okay, can COD be correlated to BOD? So it depends. Okay, it depends. Let's say correlation between COD and BOD may or may not exist depending on sample composition. Also varies from seasonal variation and various other factors. Okay, so how can the correlation be determined? આપણે કોરિલેશન જે 2 to 1 રેશિયોઝનું આપણે લીધું, પણ એ ડિટર્મિન જે કરવું હોય તેના માટે મેથડ શું છે? સો કલેક્ટ ધ ડેટા, ફર્સ્ટ વન. ઓકે, કલેક્ટ ધ સેમ ડેટા ઓવર પીરિયડ ઓફ સ્પેસિફિક પીરિયડ ઓફ ટાઈમ, ગ્રાફ ધ ડેટા, અને ગ્રાફ બની જાય એક વખત પછી એની સાથે તમે કોરિલેટ કરી શકો છો. ઓકે, ધેન યુ કેન કોરિલેટ યોર BOD ટુ COD BOD data. Okay, so that's all for differences between COD and BOD. And in the next lecture we will cover about the wastewater treatment basics. So kindly subscribe the channel and thank you very much.